Listen up, all my pumpkin spice drinking, sweater weather loving, chili eating friends. The biggest batch of fall air is on the way. And we're jumping right into winter in parts of Michigan and Indiana as a lot of snow is coming your way. We have also finally calmed things down in the tropics. We're going to take a look to see if there's anything brewing behind what was Tropical Storm Karl. First, just wanted to say we are thinking about everybody that's been impacted by the recent hurricanes, Fiona and Ian. Of course, Karl also bringing devastating impacts to parts of Mexico. We have you guys on our minds, and I also wanted to thank all of the new subscribers that have found us. If this is the first time finding us, we would love to have you in this weather community. We track the weather together. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that alert bell, and you'll be alerted to any time that we post new content. We just had our first snow the other day in northern Minnesota, and now more wintry weather is pushing through to the eastern two-thirds of the country. Snow's coming to Michigan and Indiana, but it's going to be the cold that we're talking about. Air temperatures anywhere from 15 to 25 degrees below normal, really anywhere from Minnesota down into eastern Texas, all the way into Florida. Now, on the flip side of that, look at the red for the western part of the Dakotas as we move into Wednesday afternoon. We still have the crazy anomalous cold on the eastern two-thirds of the country, but look at all the heat surging into California. That is going to have actual air temperatures, again, getting into the upper 70s, even low 80s in places like Washington through Oregon. Look at this, though. In parts of the Sierra Nevada, we're talking about mid to upper 90s. This is the time of the year when we can experience all four seasons in one day across parts of the country. I would love to know what your favorite season is. Please post that in the comments below. Back to the chill. These are the morning low temperatures as you wake up on Tuesday morning, and you see widespread low to mid 20s through Minnesota that extends into Iowa and parts of Missouri. That's that pinkish salmon color. The blue represents the 30s, and that's pushing all the way into Pennsylvania, into Ohio, parts of Tennessee, even into Alabama. It just gets even colder, though, as we move into Wednesday. More 30s popping up further south. And then the coldest morning of the bunch is going to be Thursday morning. We have freezing temperatures, if not even several notches colder than that. Places like Pennsylvania through Ohio, West Virginia, certainly the Blue Ridge and Appalachian Mountains getting into the 20s. These freezing temperatures extend well into the deep south. We can wake up to temperatures in the 40s in parts of North Florida on Thursday morning. And with this blast of cold, going to come the lake effect snow machine as that colder air moves over the relatively warmer Lake Superior. We could be pushing or exceeding a foot of snow in parts of the UP and Michigan through about early Wednesday morning. Onto the tropics now, and thankfully things have really quieted down big time from our flurry of activity over the past several weeks to about the last month. Couple of tropical waves still out there, but I turn on my telestration here, highlight them right here and right here. The tendency, though, is for these to move this way. The environment not that conducive, although later on down the road might have something tried to develop out in here. This will stay away, though, from the Caribbean. You may notice over the next several days that we are going to be dodging rain showers into Puerto Rico, parts of the Leeward and Windward Islands, and then into the Dominican Republic as well. Note these little clouds here. That's the low-level flow here. So we're going to continue to keep the flow out of the east, bringing tropical moisture to the islands. It's not going to be anything organized by any means. You don't have to worry about any kind of tropical activity coming away in terms of a depression or named storm or anything like that. But I do think we are still going to see some pretty wet weather, at least over the next 3 to 5 days throughout parts of the Caribbean islands. We are looking at the European ensemble spaghettios now, and you will see why we call them spaghettios, because we're looking for the little circles that pop up here to kind of hint at any kind of development. And as we move through the weekend, I want to show you two things. Here's the upcoming weekend now, and I want to focus really off of the southeast corner of the United States, around the Bahamas, really in between Florida in the Carolinas. You see those little circles start to pop up again. The European has been hinting at some kind of tropical development, just a little bit of a hinting anyway, along that strong cold front that does introduce winter and fall to the eastern two-thirds of the country. 'Tis the season for that to happen. These cold fronts get out over the extremely warm waters of the Gulf, the Caribbean, or the Southwest Atlantic, and then we start to see things begin to materialize tropically every now and then. And again, at this stage of the game of the season, that is where we're really looking for tropical development. As we go forward in time, I showed you that one little tropical wave that was going to move north of the Caribbean. There's a few more little spaghettios as well popping up in and around the vicinity of Bermuda. So something to watch. Again, really nothing too terribly strong at this point, but there's at least some kind of hint there anyway that we could have a little bit of shenanigans going on. And then also down deep in the Caribbean for us in and around Jamaica, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, there are some... Notice here, we're going to fast forward out to Wednesday into Thursday, and you see that green really from the Bahamas through South Florida towards the Bay of Campeche and into the Yucatan Peninsula. That is the rain associated with the cold front that's delivering winter to parts of the United States. Watch what happens. Look closely to the east coast of Florida, that green little ball that kind of pops up. The Euro has been suggesting that we could have some weak development or a low chance of development here as a result of that cold front working out over the warm waters of the Southwest Atlantic, kind of stalling there a little bit, and then being the focal point. So we're going to watch that into the upcoming weekend. Crazy to talk about snow and tropical meteorology in the same video here, but 'tis the season for that craziness. As we go forward into the future, again, the European ensemble wanted a little something, something. You see that L pop up at the top of your screen there. That is where we could have something again as those tropical waves try to come over. Again, the environment close to Africa is not conducive, thankfully. And again, now that we're in October, we typically shut that part of the season down anyway. But we do have a decent amount of rain trying to push through the Caribbean anyway. Again, tropical moisture, but not per se a tropical entity, if you will. Just some tropical waves sliding through. And as we see, we go out over the next 4 or 5 days. We're going to stop this on Wednesday afternoon again. You see some decently heavy rain here in millimeters. This is in Puerto Rico, anywhere from 10 to 18 millimeters of rain. And then as you move into the Dominican Republic, even heavier rain. Again, so we're going to watch this for you guys. There's nothing screaming tropical development, but we are going to see a relative... So yes, we talk all things weather in this community, but this is where I need your help. I, for one, am making some chili this week to commemorate the first big blast of fall weather. I would love to know what your favorite things to eat are this time of the year when we start to get in the cooler weather. I want some of those comfort foods. Post those in the comments as well. Help everybody out. I would love to know some of your favorite recipes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Share this with your friends. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. And we will catch you guys next time as we always track the weather together.